Pledge allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Report of any executive sessions,
There were none held.
public comment?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, thank you. This is expedited, thank you very much. My name is Laura Krzyzanowski, and I live in the People's Republic of Pottsville. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Because I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
I can
speak
hear you.
softly. So I went to this tax assessment place in Persona, and it was very interesting because there were a lot of people sitting around in these cubicles, and they didn't appear to be doing anything but socializing. So I had an appointment, and I got to the appointment place and began talking to the young man. And he began showing me pictures of my property. And I said, excuse me, who took those pictures, and how did they get 50 feet inside of my locked property? Well, we don't know who took the pictures. I said, well, that's very interesting because how did they do this? Well, he didn't know. So I just recently went over to the tax assessment office to ask some questions about that. Because I asked, Pennsylvania doesn't have airspace rights that go along with property, and to the best of my knowledge, it does. And we don't know who took those pictures. And I'm going, well, that's very interesting. So then I was told, I asked a couple of questions, which they politely answered. They were very accommodating. And so I said, you know, I need to really find out how this happened, because what you all were saying was that people don't belong going on property. So somebody got on my locked property, 50 feet in, behind a 6-foot locked gate, a 12-foot wall in the back, fencing all around, and yet there's pictures that this man is, I guess, intending to put on the cattle card. So now I'm told I should go down to mapping, which is very interesting because mapping was recently running around Pottsville where they had hired people from, I believe, Allentown and other places to determine about these blighted buildings, and I have one next to me. It's condemned. It's been condemned for the 15 years with no codes enforcements. And what they explained to me was that they're doing this because they say the codes department of Pottsville is too busy to do their job. So now apparently the county's picking that up. Anyway.
Not that I know of. The county is not enforcing Pottsville's codes.
Not enforcing codes.
On their properties.
Not enforcing codes, but running around, I guess, documenting where these buildings are, because apparently they're on the rolls for at the
GIS is doing something with.
GIS is doing something through the hazard mitigation thing,
Right, but they are.
nothing with codes.
they
or
are
anything.
going out,
Nothing with
but
codes, but
listen,
they are
I've
going
talked to these people.
Yeah, well, they're documenting each one, but
I'm
it's
going to
for us
reclaim my
to.
time. Can I
Okay.
reclaim my time?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Thank you. Thank
I'm
you.
trying to answer your question, ma'am.
Okay, well, thank you. I don't, but I'm trying to tell you that they have been in my neighborhood because I spent time talking to them to find out exactly what they were doing. They're not going to enforce codes, but they appear to be looking to solve or understand why there are so many blighted properties where the codes are not being enforced. Okay, and the impact, and as you know, I have been here for a number of years talking about this and how it impacts on the county. And nobody, when you come and talk about it, takes any action from the county to the city where permits were not being sent up. And now it's going to get even worse. Lucky you. At any rate, yeah, lucky you. You ain't seen nothing yet. But so now I have to go down to this mapping thing and find out, because what they're telling me, if I have this correct, is that they hire private companies who either use drones or helicopters to go into people's airspace to take, apparently, these pictures, because I have no clue how somebody got pictures inside, 50 feet inside my property, when you're telling the public that nobody's supposed to go in their property. Now, I will tell you that the mapping people who came around, I offered to show them something, and they said, we're not allowed on the property. So if they're not allowed on the property, animals allowed on the property. At any rate, thank you very much for your time. Have a good day. I have an appointment. Bye.
Thank you. Bye. Any other public comment? Morning, George. Good morning.
My name is George Stankovich, Palo Alto. Gary, thank you for the,
I know it was last year, but
No,
it was just entered.
2 years ago,
It was just entered in the magazine.
2023. That's my friend Senator Ardo. Me and him were discussing something which he didn't like hearing from me. When he came into the room, you know, he's shaking. I was telling Jeff, he was shaking hands with everybody and smiling and everything. As soon as he looked over at me, I was at the front table, boom, like that, and walks to his table. I made comments, he came over and talked to me, and when I started talking, people really started listening, and they all jumped over him, because this is nonsense. It always was nonsense, and the poor people that are gonna be losing their homes because of reassessment is ridiculous. There's so many people that are panicking, and they still haven't gotten their true reassessment yet. But I'm telling you, there's gonna be so many people that are on the edge. They're probably having nervous breakdowns and everything over it. I'm just tired of this. I'm tired of politicians pushing their way around and telling people what they have to do all the time. You own a piece of property, and you know what? You don't own that property, because I bet you Rich owns all the mineral rights in Schuylkill County. He can come in and take over that mineral rights at any time. And not only did he do that, look what he did to Wadesville. That's just one little town. They were promised, and the lease ran out. I guess it was his great-great-grandfather, who knows? I don't even know who gave the lease out to them. But that's just part of the things that are going to happen. I'm tired of this nonsense. I've heard it all, and I'm telling anybody out there that if you have a problem with your reassessment, just don't take it. Don't try to figure out if you have proof and things. They didn't walk my property, because if they did, they would have been in about 5 inches of mud. I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. I want them to come up in a suit and walk across my property. And it's nothing that I've done wrong. It's what happens up in the mountains. And Jeff can attest to that. You get water off of those mine shafts. When they fill up, they come flying off that hill. Now, I put a lot of piping in. They were supposed to help me. My great borough were supposed to help me, and never anything done. I had to put all that stuff in. Now I have no money to help myself. Now I gotta put up with this nonsense.
George, do you go to the borough meetings?
Yes, I do. I haven't been at one for a while.
Well,
But
maybe you should go there and
oh,
complain about the
sure,
pipes.
I know that. And they're gonna give me the same type of double talk. And I'm tired of this. They have done some, hey, at least now my hills are being plowed. Because years ago, just 3 years ago, they didn't even know my house existed over there, only for my taxes. That's all they worry about. And I'm telling you, if anybody's out there, anybody that can hear my voice, do not just settle. If you know it's unfair, get out and do something about this reassessment. Fight it, appeal it, and if you don't have money to get a lawyer, and then how can you? If you can't afford your taxes, you're not certainly going to go out. I said, my last name ain't Hulkovich. I don't have insurance that covers my getting a lawyer or anything like that. This is ridiculous. I'm telling you right now, today, people beware. July 1st is coming.
Any other public comment?
Jeff Dunkel, Palo Alto. Still no update on Miss Stevens or any of that paperwork.
Nope.
Miss Gaffney's still not here. Claims she was on FMLA, gets $96,000 a year out of the taxpayers. Worked less than 100 hours in 2025, and I guess she's on a trend to do the same this year. Except when there's tours for the high school kids, she shows up. Question, are all terminations for the county put on the agenda, or the PAR report, I'm sorry?
No.
No terminations are, or just
No
certain ones?
terminations no terminations have been on since I've been here.
Okay, there were prior to you, that's why I'm asking if
Okay.
there was, if that changed or not. So the issue that was in archives, is that ever gonna be made public, or is that just swept under the rug, person terminated and moved on?
It's a personnel issue.
Speaking of how COVID, George brought him up. It's funny that he is the insurance guy for Mr. Moylan. Any update on that debacle out there with
We're waiting just to
how
see.
the coroner's office is it operating there, or is it
I
still?
was there, I walked through the coroner's office, there's no damage to the coroner's office. Where it's at, we're giving them a little time, I know the bodies are being stored somewhere else. We're giving them a little time to sort it out, and then we're gonna sit down and have a meeting, like in another week or two, to see where everything's at and what like New Philadelphia will do. Or, sorry, yeah, what they're gonna do because of the situation. It's all kind of like fluid right now, but we're staying on top of it,
So is it
we're
still being
looking at
operated
the
out of there, just the bodies not, the bodies are being
they're
held?
operating it, I believe, Jeff, I don't believe they're operating it out. I don't know if it's open completely, because I don't know if power is turned back on yet.
Okay,
So I'm not 100% sure.
okay.
Jeff, the coroner's office is still being,
Well, yeah, like you're still getting death
the
certificates, you're still getting
secretary
everything.
has all of her emails, she's in,
Yep.
you know, constant with everybody she needs to be.
But we currently don't physically have a coroner's office, is that correct? Like,
Physically, no one's in there.
As far as I know, nobody's in there.
Okay.
And then once, we give it another week until,
right, I got it.
I'm not gonna say anything about that.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Stop the time, I wasn't there.
I'll save it for next week.
Okay, yeah.
Let's write that down.
Yeah, right.
42 seconds.
Okay, any other public comment? I know we're here for the PA extension, is what to say. Is there any other public comment other than that? Okay, go ahead.
Morning, Bates.
Morning.
Morning. Morning, I am Amy Bradford, Client Relationship Manager for Penn State Extension, servicing Schuylkill County, and it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak with you today. Having reached the halfway point of our year, I did put at your place our second quarter update, so you have that to review. That shows you some activities that have taken place on behalf of Extension throughout the last 3 months and some upcoming things. But before I introduce you to horticulture educator Kelly Piccioni, I have a few programs and services I would like to highlight on behalf of Penn State Extension here in Schuylkill County. I'm pleased to announce Dwayne Miller has been hired as agronomy educator servicing Carbon and Schuylkill counties. Dwayne's first day was Monday, and he will be providing on-farm consulting and expertise as well as programming within the 2 counties. We're excited to have Dwayne in place to fill the agronomic need in the area. The 4-H program, led by 4-H educator Brianna Luckenbill, executed by 31 volunteers who volunteered 3,720 hours last year, is shifting from the school year to summer with camps including a 4-H shooting sports camp for archery, air rifle, and air pistol, July 8th through 10th. A day camp for youth interested in raising turkeys on July 18th, and preparing for the Schuylkill County Fair, July 28th to August 2nd. All are invited to the fair, especially on July 31st at 5 p.m. for the 4-H FFA livestock auction. For those interested in adding native plants to beautify their property and support local ecosystems, Master Watershed Steward Matt Newmeyer has coordinated a pickup in the county as part of the program's watershed-friendly native plug fundraiser. You may choose from 5 kit options containing 5 different species of plants depending on your landscape. You can choose from a 5-plant kit or a 25-plant kit. The sale runs until July 13th or until stock runs out, and pickup will be Tuesday, September 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. at the Extension office. Lastly, trained Master Gardener volunteers led by Master Gardener Coordinator Judy Van Kuren and Master Gardener Program Assistant Tom Reed are now available to answer gardening questions via the phone on the Master Gardener hotline or in person at the Extension office Mondays and Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. through October. During your call or visit, you will receive help with your questions, and be provided with resources if further diagnostics are needed. For those unavailable to visit or call during those times, please leave a message so that a master gardener can return your call. Also, save the date for the annual garden gathering on August 9th at the Demo and Trail Garden next to Penn State Schuylkill. Activities will start at 10 a.m. For more information about any of these or other extension programs and services, including our food, family, and communities units, nutrition, health, and well-being programs, please call the Extension office at 570-622-4225. We appreciate the Commissioner's continued support of Penn State Extension and allowing us to serve the citizens of Schuylkill County. I'm now pleased to introduce Kelly Piccioni, who will be sharing some of the exciting programs and services she's leading, all designed to support the horticulture community in the county. Kelly is an exciting addition to the Schuylkill County Extension team, and her work is already making a meaningful impact.
Hi, thank you. It's nice to meet all of you. I appreciate you having time for us today. In the 5 months that I've started working in Schuylkill County, I've connected with over 18 local farms with on-site visits and supported more than 20 other growing issues in crops like strawberries, tomatoes, cut flowers, but primarily Christmas trees. A big highlight has been reviving the weekly Christmas tree scouting reports. These are created in partnership with the Pennsylvania Christmas Tree Growers Association and the Department of Agriculture and local producers. They now reach dozens of growers and continue to grow in an impact. So once a week, growers get an update on pests and diseases in our area. Beyond Christmas trees, I manage a stem produce auction and am currently scouting for corn earworm populations on 2 different farms. And I'm developing programming to support the growing interest of cut flower production in the county and beyond. This spring, I was honored to represent Certified American Grown at the First Ladies Luncheon in Washington, D.C. I was one of 25 designers selected nationally to create floral installations and centerpieces for over 1,600 guests using all American grown flowers and foliages. This is certainly a proud moment for our nation's growers and Pennsylvania horticulture. As county-funded educator, I want to thank you for your continued support and your investment in Extension to help grow the future of agriculture in our communities. So thank you again, I appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate all that you do with 4-H, whatever you do for the county and the farmers and everybody.
Thank you.
And Dwayne, this is second time around.
He's come
Thank you back for
Yes,
more.
that's good. Very good gentleman.
The seed corn thing didn't work out, right? So
The seed corn?
he was working for Pioneer Seed Corn.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Nope, he realized that Extension is
Extensions.
where his home is, so we're excited to have him back, and I know.
I will make a comment that everyone knows we had a major strawberry catastrophe this year, and Kelly was on her first week of work. She was out collecting samples on a conference call with the university, trying to figure out what the heck happened on our farm this year. So 44 years of raising strawberries and all what the heck, but she was her very first, she was out there knee deep in it, trying to help us figure out what's going on. So we appreciate your support.
Yeah, it's been, it was a great initiation into Extension Learning Lab. It was, we try to offer that support. It's not always the results we like to share, but.
That's the biggest thing for agriculture. We don't have the capacity to test new varieties, to do new chemicals, to do that kind of stuff. You have to be careful because a seed corn company or a chemical company will try and slip you don't need. These are third parties. We don't have any skin in the game. That this is my over 50 years of being in this business, and it wouldn't be for Extension, we wouldn't have a lot of the things we have today. So we got to stay competitive. We got to stay on top of our game, and appreciate having it. And as funding gets tighter and tighter, we have less and less agents to cover more and more areas, so it gets to be a little more difficult. And Amy's hit the ground running, so has Kelly, so appreciate it.
Yeah, with that, it's the Christmas tree, so it's been really great to have that funding because we're still ranked nationally for our Christmas production, especially in Schuylkill County.
And
So
the
it's
average
great to
person
fill
thinks
that
you
gap.
plant a Christmas tree in the ground, cut it 7 years later. When I worked at PDA, there's a weekly bulletin, and there's moss, and there's caterpillars, and there's mites, and there's just things.
Take a look at my scatter reports.
Every week there's some
Yeah.
invasive pest trying to take the Christmas tree down.
Yeah.
So, like I say, we're one of the biggest counties in the state, right? with production.
Yes. So second, but I kind of
Indiana.
like to say yes.
Okay.
We're really close though.
Pass them out one of these days.
We're trying, this is why I'm here, we're trying to
Trying to be
tap
number one.
over them, yeah. Little competitive.
That's good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Gary, do you want to read those right now? Okay. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the June 11th meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve the minutes from the meeting of June 18th?
For the work session, motion.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Under the grant writers, there is a clarification on it. It's not the application, it's the environmental review record and technical assistance
So moved.
rescue plan.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
The motion to approve was presented by the Solicitor's Office with Schuylkill County Airport Authority.
So moved.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
And Larry, just to clarify, we're adopting the resolution there on 5,
I'm
not,
fine.
not a presentation.
Oh, okay, the resolution, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Can I have a motion to approve the 5 things that were presented by 911 Communications? 4 things, sorry. 4, yeah. Any question? Yeah, second. On question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
That motion to approve was presented by tax assessment at the work session.
So moved.
Second?
On question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
The motion to approve was presented for real estate at the work session.
Excuse me, so moved.
Second?
The question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
The motion to approve was presented by planning and zoning.
So moved.
Second?
On question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
The motion to approve was presented by solid waste and recycling.
So moved.
Second?
On question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
That motion to approve was presented, the treasurer's report that was presented.
Motion for the treasurer's report.
Second?
On question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Human resources.
Good morning, Commissioners. I have a few items for you today. In the Drug and Alcohol Office, we have the appointment of Jacqueline Ocker as a Recovery Support Specialist at a rate of 18.5858, effective 7/14/25. And in the prison, we have 4 appointments as part-time correction officers, all effective 6/30/25. And they are as follows: Stephen Biscardi, Kathleen Chirico, Brandon Franklin, and Joel Torres Santa. And they will be per diem positions not to exceed 950 hours, and the rate is per the union contract. And all appointments are pending drug test and physical, and all actions involving salary or for positions being created are pending salary board approval.
The motion to present, the schedule was presented by human resources.
So moved.
Second?
The question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the Schuylkill County Conservation District?
Motion to approve the ag preservation proposal.
Second?
The question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I motion to approve what was presented by MS at our work session?
So moved, sir.
Second?
The question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by Emergency Management Agency?
So moved.
Second?
The question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Okay, we gotta do these.
It's
Yeah, but no, it's. Okay, so we gotta back out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
That's what I said.
That's all I said. Okay, so I wanna take away, we gotta approve, let's do this one first. Approve an amendment for the fiscal year 2024 with Avenues of Pottsville, PA, contract number 2022481 to replace Appendix B, County Standard Terms and Conditions. You have to make the motion.
Make that motion, sir.
Right? I second it. On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
I abstain because I sit on their board of directors.
Okay, and then we're gonna do approve, the amendment to extend the contract another 3 fiscal years for, the families.
Make that motion.
Second? On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
I abstain for the same reason.
Okay, now can I have a motion to approve what was presented, the rest of it was presented by the Office of Senior Services and our
Motion to approve the balance of the proposals.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by Children and Youth on our work session?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by Drug and Alcohol on our work session?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the Tax Collector on our work session?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve what was presented by the county administration on behalf of Schuylkill County Affordable Housing Trust Fund?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Number 22, I have questions about this one. If it's time sensitive, but we didn't get clarification on the contract.
Correct, we do not.
So, do we table it or do we pass it with pending clarification
On the uniforms.
on the contract, on the uniforms and the time? It's the uniforms
And the back pay.
and the back pay.
Did the union sign the contract, you know?
I don't know.
The
That's
two
all.
arbitrators signed, and it started a 40-day clock. If we don't process it, like, start tomorrow, to get paid, that's within the window. If we wait till the next paycheck, it is a little bit outside that 40-day window. And I know Gary Bender had reached out to Attorney Marshall on this subject, and he was waiting for something from the Teamsters, and he really didn't give us clarification on that 40 days.
It's probably better to approve it with the clarifications, just to be sure we're not outside that window.
Okay, so the clarifications will be uniform back pay, uniform pay, how much it is for the first year, how much it is for the remaining years, and then how
How the back pay is being clarified, there's a couple people that were part-time people
Part-time.
that had left. So we'd have to open payroll up, that's why I need some kind of guidance here because of that reason.
so we approve it pending the clarification, those two things.
Mhm.
Because if it's time sensitive because of the union contract, I know I asked for clarification on this and I didn't get any, and Sharon didn't either.
Right, and
So-
Sharon needs to know, obviously, for the
Yeah, so we need the clarification on this, like he said.
Okay.
Okay, so can I have a motion to,
Behind the time.
what?
We're almost a year
Yeah, I know,
out to begin with.
we're a year out of this contract. So can I have a motion to approve what's presented by the Solicitor's Office with pending clarification on the two outstanding items?
You got that, Linda? Okay, yeah, I'll make that motion.
Second?
Another question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
The Financial Office for informational budget adjustments for the current year are posted outside and on behalf of the Finance Administration. Request to update, approve the delegate contract authority as an additional contract designee to Glenn Geisinger to approve contract for all county business involving amounts below the bid limit threshold for calendar year 2025. The balloon limit threshold is 23,800 and the telephonic quote threshold is 12,900.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Another question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
New business county administrator. Linda, did you say you had? Deanna can read the Office of Senior Services, risk management, approve the, let you. Yeah. You risk management, you read that.
So on behalf of risk management, do you want me to come up there or am I good?
No, you're good.
We're asking for an approval of the execution of the service agreement for the administration of our self-insurance workers' compensation program between the County of Schuylkill and Inserco Insurance Services Incorporated. The agreement is for 5 years, commencing on July 1st, 2025, and expiring on June 30th, 2023 as follows. So the term for 7/1/25 to 6/30/26 will be $16,120, and that will be the rate up until actually 2028. So 2028 to 2030 each year would be $16,604 each year.
Thank you. Office of Senior Services.
Deanna Orlowski from the Office of Senior Services, approval of an agreement for fiscal year 24-25 to transfer state caregiver funding to Philadelphia Corporation on Aging of Philadelphia, PA, at the Department of Aging's request. The amount of the transfer of funding is $20,000. Approval of an agreement for fiscal year 24-25 to transfer state caregiver funding to Greater Erie Community Action Committee of Erie, PA, at the Department of Aging's request. The amount of the transfer of funding is $50,000.
Tax assessment.
Approval to hire the following individuals to the Auxiliary Board of Appeals to sit on a 3-panel board for the purpose of hiring appeals being scheduled in August, September, and October of 2025 related to the valuation established by Vision Government Solutions at the rate of $20 per hour. Julian Maluski, Ringtown Borough, Brittany Heller, Higgins Township, and Chris Molesky, Norwegian Township.
Okay. Yeah, for the Controller's Office.
Approval for myself, Sharon Yakinchik, Controller, and Deputy Controller Sandy Placenta to attend the PA State Association for County Controllers Annual Conference. This year's conference is held in Erie and includes a 4-night stay. That's why I'm asking for approval like Susan did.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve what was presented under the county administrator?
So moved, sir.
Second?
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Commissioner, before we end the meeting, we did the actions on the top of the grid, but we kept rolling, so we still need to do information on it real quick.
Okay, go
Okay. So in the Public Defender's Office, we have a transfer of Sheila Finney Rare to the Fiscal Administrative Assistant effective 6/30/25, and that's from the Clerk 3 position in the Clerk of Courts, and the rate is per the union contract. In the Clerk of Courts, we have the appointment of Tanya Reiner as a Clerk 3 effective 6/30/25, and that's also per the union contract. But another one that I verbally need to put on here is the Recorder of Deeds. We have the promotion of Crystal Flickinger as the System Management Coordinator, effective 6/30/25.
Okay, for information.
Yeah, it's just information.
And then Gary, do you want to read that
Yes.
into the record with the reason
Yeah.
call for it? Okay.
On Sunday, again, this is the 5th year they've done that. And again, with the help of the commissioners, to recognize coal region racing throughout the county. The different dirt tracks and so forth that was actually here. And they list people that have done some exceptional stuff throughout the years for their legacy. So they all received a county proclamation, and also we've done in the past is to enter their names into the record of the county. And I'd like to read the following that received into the Hall of Fame on June 22nd. Roy Kunkel, Galen Kohler, Mike Sajanic, Leroy Felty, Kenny Brightbill, Leroy Martin, Mark Miller, Charlie Sorochak, Lee Redding, Marianne Mascara, Leo Kolenik, Phil Long, and Rick Schaefer. So I'd like to move that to make sure they get into our minutes.
I'll second that motion.
Any question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
and Commissioner Hess.
Yes.
Then can I have a motion to adjourn?
Before we do that, Commissioner Dora, you're heading out to South for this afternoon, so
Tonight, yeah.
like, have a good trip and,
We're going on a Disney cruise, we're taking the girls on.
motion adjourned.
He didn't come in with the ears and the hat on, and so I appreciate that. Let's move on to salary board. Report of any executive sessions,
There were none.
public comment for salary board.
We'll save that for next week.
We're gonna be running. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes for the salary board meeting of June 11th?
So moved, sir.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Controller Yekenship.
Yes.
Can I have a motion to approve the work session minutes from June 18th?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Controller Yekenship.
Yes.
Human Resource Office, personnel actions.
Yes, in drug and alcohol, we're setting the salary of Jacqueline Ocker as the recovery support specialist at a rate of 18.58 per hour, effective 7/14/25. And in the public defender, we're eliminating two positions they are two part-time secretary one positions, effective 6/30/25, and they're creating a full-time secretary one position, also effective 6/30/25.
Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
On the question?
Commissioner Fedora,
Yes.
Commissioner Heatherington,
Yes.
Commissioner Hess,
Yes.
Controller Yekenship,
Yes.
and Public Defender Donaldakis.
Yes.
Can I have a motion? Any new business? Do we want?
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.